Hi guys, it's Mr. DePuma, buongiorno, and today we're going to be talking about le parole di domande, which are question words and basic questions. So let's get right into it. If you printed out your vocabulary list from 1.21, you already have seen the question words, but right now we're going to go over their pronunciations and what they mean in English. So you should have that vocab sheet ready to go and something to write with so that you can write down the correct translations for them. So the first word that we have is che and che cosa. Now both words mean one thing in English. Both of these words mean what. So again, we have che and che cosa. Both of them mean what. Next, you see we have the word come. Again, come means how. And next, you see the word chi. Chi means who. Now, don't get confused, because if you take a look, che and chi sound very similar, but they mean totally different things. If you take a look, che ends in an e. The vowel e makes an sound, ke. And then ki ends in I, and we know that I makes an e sound. So we have ke and ki. Also take a look at how the ch comes together and makes a k sound, a k. We looked at that when we went over our alphabet letters in the last subunit. The next word is con chi. Con chi means with whom. You might use that one if you're saying with whom are you going to the movies, con chi. Quanto and quanta both mean how much, and quanti and quante is the plural, more than one, how many. Dove means where, and di dove means from where. Quale means which, perché means why, and quando means when. Take a look again. Quanto means how much. Quando, with a D, means when. Pay attention and listen very carefully when you're going over those words, because it's very easy to confuse the two. Alright, next we're going to look at 5 basic questions, which are going to help you get to know people and provide some information about yourself. This was the second page of the sheet that you probably printed out, or you should have printed out. So once again, if you haven't done that, you're going to want to print it out before you move on. The first question we have is come ti chiami. Come ti chiami. Now, you see that it means what is your name? And you're probably going to ask yourself, well, if come means how, why are we using the word what? But come ti chiami in Italian literally means how do you call yourself? But in English we don't say that. So instead we say, what is your name? The next question is come stai, which means how are you? Quanti anni hai kind of sounds Chinese, but I can assure you it's Italian, and that means how old are you? Literally, it means how many years do you have? So in English we don't say that. Instead we say how old are you? And that's quanti anni hai. Dove abiti means where do you live? Again, that's dove abiti. And number 5, parli italiano, is do you speak Italian? Now notice that parli italiano, on the italiano, it's lowercase. We don't capitalize the languages like we do in English. So now that we know what the questions mean, let's take a look at how we answer them. So for the first question, come ti chiami, we respond mi chiamo and then put your name. So for me, I would say mi chiamo Signore Di Puma. For come stai, we say io sto, which means I am. And then you fill in the blank. You could be bene, which means good, or you might be male, which means bad. So io sto bene means I am good, and io sto male means I am bad. Okay. for quanti anni hai, which means how old are you, we say io ho blank anni. Io ho means I have. Then you put in the number of years that you have. For example, if you're 10 years old, you say 10. If you're 11 years old, you say 11. And if you're 12 years old, you say 12. So io ho 10 anni means I am 10 years old. Io ho 11 anni means I am 11 years old. And io ho 12 anni means I am 12 years old. When answering dove abiti, we say abito a, and you can say Nuova York, which means New York, or you can say Bellport, abito a Bellport, I live in Bellport. And finally, to answer the question, parli italiano, you would either say sì, io parlo italiano, which means yes, I speak Italian, or no, non parlo italiano, and that means no, I don't speak Italian. For now, either one of these works for you. Alright guys, that's where we're leaving it off for this lesson. Buon lavoro, good work.